Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in Game 2 in a series. This is Evil Genius's Idra versus Select here on Metalopolis, and what is this? We have a lift off from Select already, lifting off with this command center. It will be landing over here and pretty much doing a gold all-in already. So Select going to lose some precious mining time, but he will be able to get a lot more minerals. And as those SCVs already have minerals in their hand, this one command center, I've never actually tried it. If you landed it, let those SCVs return and then lift off and re-landed, would that actually be better for you or not? I don't know. That does take a little bit more micro, as Idra's already at 9 over 10, 10 over 10 now, as Select still at 6 over 11, going to be training up an SCV in just a moment. And there you go, going back to mining. Select is going to be in a little bit of trouble, but we'll see what Idra does. Idra in the last game went for an early hatchery, and if he goes for the same thing, he may end up being behind, as Select is going to be mining off of these 6 mineral patches with SCVs and eventually mules. Taking a look at the income already, the income of Select is a little bit behind at this stage, but it is because the fact that Idra has almost double the amount of harvesters at one point. Select now just continuing to mine. We'll see how this is all going to work out. Select able to start up that supply depot much earlier, as those SCVs already had gold minerals in hand ready to go. A drone now making its way down, and it looks like Idra will be going for that macro style of play, going for a very early hatchery, but he would also be able to train up additional units as well. Select, not knowing where his opponent is going to have a little bit of a difficult time, as he's now building his barracks over here as opposed to building it over here. If he does build his barracks over here, it would be a much better wall off, and it looks like he is going to be going for exactly that, as he is going for double 11 racks now, even though the timings on a typical build are completely thrown out the window already. SCV now making his rounds, doing a bit of scouting. More and more SCVs are being trained. It looks like Select could go for mass marines very easily. We'll see how all of that works out. Spawning pool also coming into play, as we now make their way over SCV spots that there is no creep. Knows that his opponent has spawned over here. And we'll see how all this is going to work out, as we are now upgrading to an orbital command and training up some marines, perhaps a third barracks, just a 3 barracks, and pressure will be laid down. And will it be enough? Will Idra have enough gas and perhaps enough banelings to fight off all of these units? He is going to be going for double queens most likely. Second queen should be trained up in just a second. There you go. Going in for that double queen, and no overlords yet, so the drone has not scouted out, and this is probably a little bit of a head scratcher, as he's going to now be coming up the ramp and taking a look and seeing exactly where his opponent is. You can see that the marines are already making their way over. One marine going to start shooting at the drone taking a little bit of damage, and now does get taken down. 3 marines in this group. We are going to have some zerglings make their way out, because we're now going into an extractor. Spine crawlers being very quickly laid down already. Very important, as SCVs being brought over as well. 3 marines, a bunch of SCVs, mules mining back at home. So it is going to be a heavy production, as those SCVs now going to start to charge in, and now going to deal a lot of damage to that spine crawler. There is a queen back over here. SCV is going to get in a decent surround here, and now in comes the engagement. Down goes the spine crawler. Zerglings, SCVs need to be very careful. Drones up on the high ground. SCVs are going to be attacking each other. There are Zerglings all throughout this mix as well. Marines trying to fight back the swarm. Drones, SCVs, both sides fighting it out, and it looks like there are still a couple marines in this group, and now going after the queen. The queen taking a lot of damage, as there's now 5-6 marines in this group. A second bunker not able to be placed down, and needs to be placed down now, as the bunker has been completed, and now Select may be able to do another very heavy marine harassment once more. You can see that the spine crawler is going to try to move itself off, reroute itself. This is going to be very bad news. Select needs to do something about this, and in a hurry. You can see Zerglings now trying to come in. Marines backing off. Spine crawlers are on the ready, and now the spine crawler just out of range. So just out of range, is going to have to unroute and reroute once more. Marines now making their way up the ramp, as you can now see Marines going to go after some overlords as well. There are Zerglings back over here. More and more SCVs being trained. Select needs to macro up even further, but he is supply blocked, and that is going to be a problem as an Overlord now shot down as well. You can now see that there are going to be a lot of Zerglings trying to swarm in, going to catch a lot of those Marines in transit, and this is not good news at all. Another Spine Crawler was canceled over here. Marines are off over here. This is not good. Fighting on creep. There are a sea of Zerglings here, so this is still anyone's game. Taking a look at the food count, 34 to 33 to 29. An SCV running straight into the arms of a queen. Not a very good idea at all. As the Marines are now up on the high ground, getting some easy damage as well. It looks like the Spine Crawler may get taken down over here. No, going to get canceled once again as the Zerglings are now running through the base here. SCVs have to be careful. The SCVs, as long as they should be repairing this one supply depot. Not quite sure. In comes the mules. In come Marines as well. SCVs trying to fight back, as I'm trying to get into lending a hand. Not quite sure what Select is doing with those units surrounding, as Marines are now going after the spawning pool. No more spawning pool, no more units. Trying to queue up as many units as possible. There is another, Zergling's now trying to swarm in, and this is not good news. Select going to lose a lot of Marines here, and I think he just got greedy. So all of his Marines now in a bit of trouble there, as Marines now need to come back in. Double bunker, but Select, after losing that many key Marines, is in trouble, and I believe there is the GG. So a Select unable to execute the strategy the second time around, with lifting off doing mass Marines straight into Idra's base, not working out well for him, and that is game 2. So the series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys, I believe, yeah, this is from the ASUS Republic of Gamers Invitational. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.